Now we are live.
All right. So are you going to mute everybody and ask them to raise their hands if they want to ask a question? We got a small group still.
Yeah, with a small group, I don't think so. If it starts getting too overburdening, I will.
Okay. All right. So I'll introduce my sister. So hey everybody, you guys know me. You don't know my sister Karen. Karen, wave hi. And for everybody that's new to the meeting, you can pin Karen's picture so you can see her in the big screen. If you just hover over her picture or double click her picture, it will pin it and make her screen the main screen so you can see her and what she's presenting.
Yeah.
So this is my sister Karen. She's in Louisiana. And I asked her to do a VST for us and tell everybody about her journey. And I think you started in 2012, Karen?
Yes, in 2012, that's when me and my husband got started with the Purple Martins. We first started out with 6 Troyer vertical gourds that my sister Kathy had given to us. So we had placed them right here in the middle of our backyard, and we had them on a tripod. So the tripod, don't do it. Just throw it out the window. That's not a good idea because they're horrible, horrible. I always had to get my husband to lower the rack for me. I never could. But 2012, we had no nesting Purple Martins. I don't even know if we even had any come by here. If we did, they were just flyovers. 2013, we went ahead and added a plastic green roof S&K house. It had the big round holes on it. And instantly we had starlings that were coming to visit with us. So we knew that we weren't going to get any martins that year due to the starlings. And the heat down here in Louisiana is so horrible. We knew that house was just going to fall apart in no time. Well, my sister, Kathy, we had went up to visit with her, getting ideas, what do we do about the starlings? She gave me this trap. I don't know if you can, there it is.
Yep.
And it fit right into that S&K house. And we were trapping starlings right and left. And we got rid of quite a few of them, but it was a mess. Well, we also set that house up here in the backyard, right in the middle. Martins are sociable birds. We thought, you know, we sit on our back porch, we'll be able to visit with them and they'll come right on in. That wasn't the case. We had flyovers, the Martins come and visit with us, but nobody stayed. So I'd been visiting Kathy up in Missouri, and she was my mentor, and she was teaching me how to attract the Martins by the dawn song, the proper housing, controlling the house sparrow and starlings, and getting the perfect house in the ground location or the gourd location. So 2014, we replaced the old rotting S&K house with a new crescent hole house that we bought. I believe we bought it up in Missouri on one of our visits to Kathy.
We did.
So in April of 2014, I'm walking backwards, we moved the Purple Martin housing to another location in our yard, which is on the west side, away from our house. But the only thing about it was it is closer to a road. That was a little bit of a concern, but overall it worked out much better. So once we moved the Purple Martin housing over to this location, I think you can see it now. We did have Martin start coming in. We was playing the dawn song every morning. Pretty much I played it all the time, y'all. My neighbor across the street, she had Martins, and they would come over and visit. Well, we also moved the gourd rack over here to this new location. And sure enough, they did start coming by and visiting with us more often. Another note on that, get you a notebook and keep notes, because this journey is a journey to record and share with other people. So, yes, I have notes. So 2014, we had nothing, just visitors. 2015, March the 3rd, we finally had our first sighting. And in June of 2014, we got a new gourd rack, which is the gourd rack I have up right now. It holds 24 gourds. At first I didn't put that many up. So 2015, I had 5 pair with 15 babies that we fledged out of here. 2016, February 13th, we finally saw our first ones come through. We had 8 pair and 34 babies. 2017, again, February 13th, they came through. And that year we grew a little bit. We went to 12 pair with 44 babies. 2018, I had the bestest birthday gift anybody could ever get. Let's see if I can, yeah. My sister gave me that trendsetter Purple Martin house up there.
Aw.
It was a good gift.
It was a good gift. It became the focus of the great horned owl here at my site. And
Yeah.
and my heart was really attached to that trendsetter. And Karen was taking such good care of her Martins that I gifted it to her for her birthday.
That was a sweet sister.
That is a sweet one. So the trendsetter is 12 nesting cavities, and I had 16 gourds up at that time. So altogether I had 28 nesting cavities. And that year we did 17 pair with 73 babies is what we fledged out of here. So in 2019, every year the Martins are coming through a little bit earlier. 2019, they came through February the 6th, and we grew again that year, 23 pair with 99 babies. 2020 was a tough year, but I didn't write down the date that they came through, but I know it was early February. That year we had a hawk that kept visiting with us, and she grabbed up 4 of our Purple Martins and took off with them. Of course, we did what we could to get her out of here, but I don't know where she went. She disappeared finally. And then I had 1 Purple Martin that was injured really, really bad by other male Martins here. And she, bless her heart, she didn't make it. But that year we did have 30 pair with 151 babies. That was a big
Wow.
year for us.
That's excellent.
Yeah. So this year we've got the trendsetter house and 24 gourds up. I have 4 extra gourds up in our shop that I keep with pre-nesting materials, just in case I have to go and change them out, you know, for mites, whatever's going on in there. And then this year we've already lost 4 of our Purple Martins due to the polar vortex. And that was just uncalled for, but it happened. So our poles are 3 feet down. I don't know, let me see. Our poles are 3 feet down with 80 pounds of concrete. They're the 3-inch square tubing, and there is ground stakes in them. These poles have withstood multiple hurricanes, high winds, and heavy rains here. Last week, there was a conversation about the high winds. When we have high winds here, we do lower our racks down. Not all the way down, but we lower them at least, what, Ronnie, halfway, something like that. We do start conducting our nest checks weekly. Right now, I did one yesterday, and they are starting to build their nest, and everything looks good and healthy so far.
Are they laying eggs yet in Louisiana, Karen?
No, no eggs yet, none.
Wow.
There
That's
is leaves up in
surprising
there.
to me.
Yeah, I don't have any eggs, and we checked all the cavities yesterday, but none
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah, that's unusual for right now. But tell everybody how you accumulated all those gourds.
Oh, so for all the new people, the way I got my gourds, Kathy gave my first stick. And then my kids, when my birthday would roll around or Christmas, they'd always ask Mama, what do you want for blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, gourds. Contact my sister and she'll
that's
tell you
nice.
exactly how to order them and where to get them from and how to get them here to me.
Yeah.
So that's how I got all my gourds. All 28 of them was gifts. I don't even know if I bought any. I don't think I did.
Perfect.
Wow. Smart.
Yeah.
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 So the other thing I want to go back to real quick, because Karen made the point when we started, is that we had this conversation on the forums a lot about only buy Troy or vertical gourds, only buy the nice stuff and start out with it. But one thing that Karen ran into was none of her neighbors were using gourds in her
No, they
home
weren't.
neighborhood, right?
Hmm.
So the Martins really weren't attracted to her yard, even though she put up the nice gourds. And that's why we went and found the S&K house, because her neighbors across the street and down the road, didn't the guy down the road had an S&K house too?
Yes. Yes. There was two down the road and the one across the street.
Yeah. And so that's why we went back and put up S&K house, because she had gone for I think you said 2 years without
Yeah.
a purple martin. And in Louisiana, you should be able to put up a boot and attract a purple martin. But that was her challenge. And that was where we learned the lesson that the purple martins really want what they were raised in or what they were familiar with. I don't know how to term it, but and sure enough, she put up that S&K house, and that's when they started rolling into her site. And then she transitioned them to this better housing.
That's crazy.
It is. I couldn't understand it, but once we did that S&K, knowing that it wouldn't last, that house did not last. It dry rotted quickly. And even my neighbors across the street, hers dry rotted and just fell apart. And then she went and bought a little bit of a nicer house, and there I noticed she's got some of hers back now too. And I do put the decoys out. I don't know if you can see my dove.
Yep. We see Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie.
But I've got 3 dove decoys out on shepherd hooks. And on Sundays, I move them around in the yard. Oh, and Brad, this one is just for you. My little friend has come in. This is my eggshell tray.
Yes.
I don't know if, can you see it?
Yes.
And look at my decoy that just flew in.
Yay!
Oh my goodness.
I've never seen one with stripes on it.
Purple and gold stripes.
Oh God. An LSU Martin.
Yep.
That's right. Hello, Tigers. But thank you, Kathy, for doing the snake predator guard netting.
You're welcome.
We got ours up. Even
Excellent.
Ronnie watched the video, and we got him in line. We did both of them.
Excellent.
Did he wait until it was windy so the netting whipped him to about half to death like Kathy did?
He did the wires. I had to do the netting part of it. But he was out here, and I said, okay, you got to grab one end and I'll grab the other end, and we twisted it up there.
Okay, I have a question. You said that, oh mercy. You said that you had your housing in a different spot and then you moved it.
Correct.
Does that have anything to do with why you didn't get martins and why you do have martins? Did you have it in an area with more trees around it, and now you have it in a more open area, or do you think that had any effect on it?
The first location, we measured off to make sure everything was 40 to 50 feet away, and it was wide open in there. But I'm wondering if it was maybe their direction of coming in or their launching out pattern. I'm not sure. But here, if you notice right behind me is a road. So it might be more open. Plus over here to the east, it's open for them also. So it could have been the more wide open area. Location is a big to do with them.
Definitely.
Yep.
And we have had hawk problems. And I think, was it 3 weeks ago, I posted that feather and it was an owl. And we put up a camera. We did put up a camera right after I posted that. And let's see if I can.
There it
Can you
is.
see the?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's my camera. It's on a 4x4 post. There's a swing set behind it, but it's pointed right up there. And knock on wood, no more appearances of the owl. She's
Good.
not
Good.
made another comeback. We've had a few nighttime pictures, but not with her in it. And we haven't seen a hawk, but that doesn't mean they're not here. They probably are somewhere.
If your owl had successfully captured a martin, it would have been back. I think that means that it didn't get one.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. We did have an opportunity to buy another gourd rack system. Y'all may know him, Bill Tyree. And we talked about it and debated on it. And we were like, well, we're happy with what we've got. Seems like, just our opinion, the more you grow, the bigger you get, the more of a bigger buffet you offer everybody, the predators.
Yeah.
So this year we're staying with what we have. I'm trying to get my neighbor across the street to put up a rack, but so far he hasn't agreed to yet. So, but that was our journey, and that's where we are, and we're very happy with it.
You have a
And we
lovely,
love our martins.
you have a lovely site.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you, sir. I appreciate that.
Except for your LSU purple martin decoy.
Oh, come on now, don't. That was a lot of work, and I did that just for you.
Thank you.
So Karen, is your rack is full now, right? 24 gourds?
I have 24 gourds up there right now. I don't know. I'll probably not put any more on there. I probably could, but I don't think I will. I'm gonna leave it at 24 with the 4 extra ones I have up in the shop just for nest changing.
Right.
Yeah,
do you
and
do
12.
do you do nest changes like your mentor?
Yes, I do. I do.
Oh,
I don't have the mite problem like she does. Last year, I think I had one gourd that had mites in it, and I quickly got it changed out. Watch, I said that now this year will be my year to have them.
Do you have do you put 7 in your gourds? 7
No,
dust?
no. I
Really?
no, I don't.
Wow. If I didn't put 7 in my gourds 3 times a year, I would lose every nestling I have to jump. I have a
Wow.
horrible mite problem.
Wow, that's not good. And to the west of me, I'd say about a country block and a half is Vernon Lake. So the water is all the way around us, but I've not had any wet problems, mite problems, anything like that.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Very, very fortunate. Yeah. So I guess in flying home, they get dried out quickly. I don't know. So that's our journey. If anybody's got any questions and comments.
You've done good, sister.
You did
Well,
do good,
thank you.
sister.
Yeah.
I practiced yesterday.
She had a good mentor.
That's right. I had a great mentor.
Well, in actuality, there have been a lot of people that have had very good mentors that didn't do what their mentors asked them to do.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
all we can do is give advice.
Yeah.
No, Brad, I'm just saying, I'm a mentee and I listen.
You did. You and
I have
Tiffany.
a good mentor, but now my results, I don't know. But I had a good mentor.
Well, thank you. You and Tiffany
Shannon?
have been
That's me.
very good mentees.
Yeah, I have a good mentor. I would love to capture all the birds flying around right now and show y'all the fruits of Brad's labor, but I can't catch them all in like a video or a thing and show you all what he's done in the matter of 1 year.
Brad
But
didn't do anything but recommend stuff.
Oh, you
Shannon,
did. You gave
Crazy-
good advice and it's
Crazy
paid
Bird
off.
Lady. Crazy Bird Lady's the one that did the work.
Oh, that's funny, but you gave good advice. I wouldn't have known what to do if you didn't tell me. But I would love to, if I catch them all, I'll post a video. I just can't catch them all. They're being really erratic.
Well, I think that means you're going to have to host a VST.
Thank you. Yes.
That's what it sounds like to me.
I mean, if
About
you
that.
got a half an hour.
If you
I
could,
have
if you could
considered that.
remember, if you could remember what day it was on, that would help. But
Exactly. Yeah, you have to send me the reminder in a private message for me to even remember. So yeah, that's the starting.
But Brad's point is very valid. It's up to the people that we give the information to go and do it. And well, Karen knew where I'd find her too. So
Right. Y'all all been amazing. I took lots of stuff from Tammy and you, Kathy, and Brad. And between the three of you, I'm sure there was random advice other places, but truly, between the three of you made me successful last year. Truly. I literally, I mean, it's not like a super colony, but I wish I could. I've got more flying around right now that I can take a stick at. And it's thanks to y'all and your advice. And
oh, you're welcome. You're awfully
What-
welcome.
When your sister's the mentor, you don't have much choice but listen.
Exactly.
That's right.
When
She
you're-
knows where I live.
when your sister's Kathy Freeze, you don't have much choice but listen.
I have a reputation, I guess, sister. Hey, Karen, you said you had 3 dove decoys, and how many purple decoys or purple martin decoys do you have?
On the house right now, I have 2 purple martin decoys. On the gourd rack, I have 2, 4, 6, 7. But we were up in the shop a little while ago and we found 3 more purple martin decoys laying around. So either I get more shepherd's hooks or some poles or something. And something else I wanted to point out, the decoys that are on my house in the gourd racks, I use the natural branches off of trees or branches that have fell on the ground. And I zip tie them up there to put the martins on. I like the natural look more than a piece of wire or, you know,
Garden
whatever.
stake. Yeah.
Yeah. I really
So-
like that.
Well, good.
I hear your Martins now.
Yeah.
Not mine. I don't know
Oh.
where mine are.
It's
Mine don't
probably
normally
mine.
come
I
in.
flipped the video and got mine,
Oh.
but they won't get all in one good camera thing. They're spread out.
I'm not gonna look, Shannon, because that barn swallow video you posted last night gave me motion
It'll make you
sickness. So
sick. You need Dramamine. I know. They won't be still. That's true. It's really hard to catch them in motion and it makes you totally sick. I thought about that with the barn swallow. I was like, I can't catch that little sucker.
So Karen, I know too, you use the quick release predator guards from the PMCA. And before you use those, you had some snake issues, but since you started using these, have you had any snake issues?
No, I haven't. We had a stovepipe type of predator guard that we'd put up, and a snake did get by it. But since I've been using these quick release predator guards along with the netting, we haven't had any issues. Thank goodness. Oh,
Okay.
and yes, I
Do
do
they-
wax them.
Do they have a vent at the top of the predator guard?
No, they actually fit snug around the pole. It's a square tubing pole. They fit snug up against it. They do rock a little bit. And then with the snake predator netting, we pull it down to where it's right on top of it or right above it. And
So
I
how high
haven't
would
seen them.
how high would you estimate the top of your cylinder guard is? Like you're 5'5", right?
I'm 5'5", and that's my hand up here on it.
Okay. So
It's
about
It's
over-
about
It's over 6
6.
feet, yeah, at least 6.
Okay.
Ronnie, my husband, is taller than me, and he gets it a little bit taller. So I finally had to say, okay, when I'm out here by myself, I need to be able to reach it without a ladder. So he's putting it out my height.
Right.
How do you change the height for that? Do you have the pin through your pole like Kathy does, or do you have a bracket that it sits on?
I have the bracket with the lug nut,
The wing nut.
wing nut. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And
You
I
just-
sometimes
just-
have to bring a pair of gloves with me or a set of pliers to loosen it because he tightens it tighter than I can.
Right.
Getting back to that predator guard with the vent on the top, they've been talking about if a snake climbs up your pole and they can smell the marten through that vent, then they just try and stay there. But if they can't smell the marten, they'll actually go down and then kind of work around the predator guard. So I don't know if you probably have heard of that as well.
Yeah, I have, but this one doesn't have a vent. But that's a good thing that you just brought up, because when I come down here to check them, I tap on this cylinder guard because I'm always afraid, what if a snake is up in there wrapped around all that?
Ooh, never thought about that.
That guard does not have holes drilled in the top of it.
No,
Like
sir.
1/4-inch holes.
No,
I thought all the quick release guards had holes in the top of them.
no, these are solid all the way around. Matter of fact, Kathy, I got both of these from you, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they don't have any holes, no vents, nothing, but
No, not
I
all of
do.
them did, Brad.
Okay.
but I do tap on it and kind of listen, because that is one of my fears. What if I reach my hand underneath there to grab it and I'm releasing and there is a snake up in there? But
So what would you do about it?
Leave.
They're leaving Louisiana. They'd have it for supper.
put that sucker on a skewer and go to
There you
town.
go. Right.
They
I
get
don't know what I would-
big.
I don't know what I would do.
You could
I
find
don't
some
know.
wasp nests in them too, so you got to watch out for them.
Mhm.
That's true. That is very true.
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys have some big snakes there in Louisiana too.
Yeah, we had a king snake. He was 6 foot long that we caught.
Wow.
He wasn't
How'd he
our
taste?
friend.
How'd he taste?
The king snakes are excellent with a little bit of Tony's and garlic. So,
Boil them in crab oil first.
oh, my husband said boil them in crab oil first.
I heard him. He's the first person I've been able to understand talk on the whole thing.
Excellent. Well, nice job, sister. Anybody have any other questions or?
Are your colony's all full?
At the moment, I'm gonna say yes. I'm pretty sure I have 60 to 64 martins that come in. Mine don't come in till 7:30, 7:45 in the afternoon. But I'm pretty full. Almost to the point, if I was to put up another system, I would either fill it all the way up or at least halfway fill it up.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the back south of us, It's a lot of older couples that have purple martin houses up, those plastic ones, and they're falling to pieces. So those birds are looking for places to go.
Well, did Bill Tyree fully decommission his whole site? He took the whole thing down, didn't he?
He took the whole thing down. He just couldn't take it anymore because the hawks were just overbearing over there and the owls. But he lives in a very wooded area on the lake. And when they came in hot and heavy on him. And he had snakes galore too.
So for everybody on the call here, Bill Tyree didn't he have like 125 pair over there, 150 pair?
Somewhere right in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he lived over there on the other side of Vernon Lake in a really wooded area. And he's been a landlord there for years and years and years and years. But he started experiencing severe hawk attacks and owl attacks, I think about 2 or 3 years ago.
Yes, 2 years ago, he started calling me and Ronnie to come over, and we went and looked at his system and how he had everything done. It was good, but he just had too many trees on top of his systems, way too close.
Right. So he was providing a buffet, and he it sounds like he just decommissioned it all this year, huh?
Yeah, he actually did it last
season.
Yeah, it was last season, end of last season. So it'd been July and August. And he called us wanting us to buy one of his setups. And we just couldn't do it at the time. I was like, no, I'm happy with what I've got.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's all I can handle. And I know that, so I'm happy with it.
Yep, that's great.
That is very sad though. I remember Bill's name's been around forever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember him.
He was a game warden.
Oh really?
Yes, sir. He was a game warden, and he retired.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go right down.
So.
All right. Well, thank you for showing us your site tonight. It looks awesome, sister.
It does look awesome.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
I
you,
enjoyed
Karen.
it.
Thank you
You're
for sharing,
welcome.
Karen.
Yep, thanks.
Thank you.
I see Adriana quietly doing that.
Yay!
Sitting over like where you can see the camera, barely see the camera.
I was eating dinner.
Oh, sorry.
It's
So-
okay. Call her out, buddy.
So does anybody else have any questions or anything else they want to talk about? We can sit here and talk and answer other questions.
I have a question that I want Kathy, your input on, Bill, your input, anybody's input that knows anything about tree swallows. Shannon Poole Smith lives in Western Kentucky and cannot attract tree swallows. That blows my mind.
Wow.
Anybody got any clue, any idea, anything?
Should be better off just leaving the tree swallows alone. Once they start coming, they're all over the place.
I can relate to that, Bill.
Yeah.
We didn't have them. We lived south of their nesting range until I think it was 2008 when I got my first pair. And it's totally changed my bluebird management method. I got to the point where I really just barely had any bluebirds left.
Yeah.
I've had to pair every nest box is paired now because of that. And
They're like that in Pennsylvania as well now.
yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Travis and Adriana, you should be glad your martins aren't back yet. We're going to have a cold spell again for 3 days here.
Yeah, they're calling for 1 to 2 inches of snow and a freeze warning in the next 24 hours.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We turned off Don's song. The racks are closed up because the tree swallows are here. We've dealt that battle before. So
yeah.
Yeah, but Shannon, if you want tree swallows, maybe we'll capture them in the gourd, do a swap.
I'm about tree swallows now.
So we're supposed to have a freeze, I think, tomorrow night as well, and then snow Tuesday afternoon, and
Oh,
Cindy, I
gee.
think afternoon and Tuesday night. So
Yeah.
I'm going to use it as an opportunity. When they had the polar vortex in Texas, I finally was able to order 5,000 crickets, and so I have 6,000 total now in my freezer. Maybe I can get rid of some of them tomorrow.
Ooh.
Sounds like you're gonna have plenty of opportunity to do so.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's right.
Kathy,
Yes.
when you get a cold snap like this, are yours trained like Earl or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I trained mine a long time ago. I think I started in 2013 or so. And mine are also trained to take food not only flipped in the air, but off of the tray as well. So I really, the tray, that's a nice term for a big 2x6 or 1x6 that I lay on my deck. And they'll take scrambled eggs and crickets. And the good thing about it is I usually do it every year just to go out and flip to them and refresh their memories.
Yeah,
And,
it's smart.
The thing that's bad right now, though, is I'm about 2/3 full. So I may see a lot of martins tomorrow afternoon flying around. Grabbing
6,000 crickets may be gone by tomorrow night.
Right. They may not last very long.
Hey, a day or two compared to last year, I think we'll all take it countrywide.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, we had, I think it was 2013 that I taught my martins how to tray feed. 2015, we had a snowstorm here in May, and it lasted for a week.
Oh, God.
And everybody talks about, oh, the martins are coming back too early, but May they were laying eggs, and we had a whole week of snow on the ground and ice. So I had a lot of martins here to feed.
So when you say that you train them to feed from a tray, how did that happen? Did you put the tray out there and how did you entice them?
So what happened, and I'll post a picture of this later, but what happened is I have an open deck, and my roof of my house is up to the right of me when I go out on this open deck. So I was flipping to the birds, and I happened to flip some food up on the roof and thinking maybe they would land on the roof. Well, the food bounced down in my hair and all over my deck. and so I came inside, and I was looking outside on the deck to see, what had happened. And the martins were all over my deck, picking up the food that had bounced down off the roof.
Oh.
So from there, it was just a matter of laying a board across the rail on my deck, and I would, dump the food out on the board there, and I'd tap it and say, "Hey," and they just started coming to it.
That's cool. I was hoping, and I'm not disappointed that we haven't had more cold weather, but I was hoping to try to get some more martins trained to eat, because I got Earl trained, and he could train everybody, but we haven't had any more. We've had a couple of days where we've had one cold morning, and we've got another one coming up. We are actually under a frost advisory for Thursday morning.
Oh, wow.
Way down here in Alabama. So I will feed again Thursday, and I hope that I can get more to eat, because the likelihood of him making it back next year, who knows? He might make it back and he might not, and then I'll be back to ground zero again, trying to train birds to eat crickets.
Well, do you have any second years that might pick up on that come Thursday?
I have not seen a SY male yet. Now I could have some. I haven't had time to watch with my binoculars. I could have one or two, but my colony's still really calm. So I really don't think I have any back. I did see an SY female yesterday. She flew over my head and her breast and tail, undertail was snow white. So I know that was a SY female. But I mean, I've probably got 200 martins here. If I could just get 3 or 4 of them to eat Thursday morning, I'd have it whipped.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Brad, do you have eggs yet?
Possibly. I checked some late last week, and I was going to try to check some Saturday, and I didn't get it done. I would be surprised if I don't have a few.
Yeah, I'm
Might have been-
surprised Karen doesn't have any.
I'm very surprised. Yeah.
I heard that a
Very
landlord
surprised.
in Oklahoma already has eggs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I found a nest of sparrows that would have fledged in 2 more days yesterday. And I also saw my first starling fledglings yesterday. So
Oh,
it's time.
Yep. Okay,
I'm
good.
wondering if I don't have eggs because it's been so cold in the mornings here. Like this morning, it was 40 degrees, and we've had 48 degrees before that.
It's
I mean, it's been
possible.
chilly.
It's possible. I normally though they go by day length. That's all driven by the days getting longer. But weather could
Right.
weather could play a role in it, I guess. I know I lost all my first round of bluebird eggs. They've all had to relay. That's 2 years in a row for that. And we're not out of the woods yet, because last year I could go back and find that horrible picture of all my dead martin nestlings in that trench that I dug. But that was in May. And it only got down to 38 degrees one night and 42 degrees the next night. I think I'm remembering right. And it was in the mid 50s for the high both days. And I lost 88 martins. The nestlings, not the adults, the nestlings. I was absolutely sick. And that kind of weather, I don't know. I mean, I would know now, but I mean, my gosh, I've been a landlord for, at that time, 17 years. I never even thought about trying to feed anything with it. I mean, because it's getting up in the 50s, but they couldn't take it.
Right.
Hey, Cindy, were you able to order any crickets this year?
Yeah, I have 5,000 of them. I put some out actually today just for the heck of it, because I just wanted to keep them fresh, keep the birds remembering what's going on. So we're doing good so far.
Now, Cindy, where do you live? What state do you live in?
I live west of St. Louis, about 50 miles in a town outside of Washington, Missouri.
Okay.
We're close to Missouri River.
Cindy
Not
came
too
down
far
from
from
the house.
Kathy's.
Yeah, Cindy came and her husband came down and helped us burn our field. She's the one that helped.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Cindy.
Kathy's teaching me everything. Everything.
Well,
Can I come help burn your field next
Bees,
year?
prairie, birds.
You think Bob would let me bring my 4-wheeler and help you burn your field next year? We'd be finished in about 10 minutes.
no.
Oh my goodness. Bob would have a heart attack.
He would. Cindy, Brad lights a rag on fire with diesel and drags it around behind his 4-wheeler. Yeah, Bob would have a heart attack.
That sounds hot.
Yeah, we burned our 30-acre hayfield in very short order. So.
Wow.
All right, guys. Well, it has been fun.
Yes, it has.
Karen, thank you for doing our virtual site tour tonight.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank you.
Yep.
It
Thanks.
looks very peaceful sitting there in the swing.
It is.
Watching the mark.
This is
That
our
was
favorite
nice.
spot. This is
Exactly.
our swing set and we swing it around and right there's the purple martin gourds and stuff. So we sit here and watch them in the afternoons.
Don't y'all feel sorry for people that don't enjoy stuff like that?
Yes, I do.
The world would be a much better place if everybody had a martin gourd rack.
That's
Yeah.
right,
With a
with the
Mick
swing.
Ultra in hand.
Yes, Michelob Ultra and a Bud Light.
It's like water with a bad taste.
And Travis,
All
you
right.
guys are next. You need to attract some.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
All these other people are reporting Martins, man. It's your turn, isn't it?
It is our turn. I keep trying to tell Adriana patience.
Yeah.
I have no patience.
Yeah.
I want the birds now.
right.
Now, now.
Bill was our mentor, in case anybody didn't know. So Bill helped us get stuff at our first site.
Oh, awesome.
Well,
Yes.
you've got a great mentor.
Yeah, you do.
It was nice to help you. Hopefully you can get some this year without my help. And by listening to Brad and Kathy and everybody else, you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
When do the subadults hit that area up there?
May 5th or so.
Okay.
Yep. Soon.
It's just now, and I don't know if Tiffany's still on here or not. Speaking of impatient, no, she's not. But I told, she lives down in very South Alabama, near the confluence of the Tom Bigby and Alabama River. And she also lives north of Mobile Bay by about 30 miles. So her site has literally been one of those sites like you see Catherine Rudowski post about, where martins just swarm it, because that's one of the first colonies they find when they hit the US. And she asked me, it was probably in January, when I thought she would see her first martin. And I was truthful. I said, Tiffany, it's going to be the end of March or early April. And her response to my text was, why don't you just crush my heart? And but the colonies that are started by ASY martins, most of the time, I think it's the birds that weren't successful somewhere else last year,
Right.
or it's the first year ASY birds. And those birds are not going to start coming in until about a week before the SYs start coming in, maybe 10 days. So Travis and Adriana, y'all are just now getting to prime time for you. So you don't have to be patient much longer.
That's
And-
right.
You're making her smile at least. And
All right.
we did connect with the local farmer I mentioned on our VST.
Yeah.
They were in Florida. That's why they didn't call back, and he called me. So
Oh, wonderful.
we've got a few more names local, all within about 8-9 miles of us. So we got to check those out.
That's
Cool.
awesome.
Cool deal.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for joining. Karen, thank you very much for showing us your site.
Bye.
Everybody have
Karen,
Bye, everyone.
get ready to wear your disguise to Walmart next week, because I'm fixing to post you on YouTube.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.